You know, here on this channel, I occasionally do like a couple videos in a day. And I don't know what today is doing to me, but I'm really loving a lot of these headphones. And I don't want to be like influenced by what I've heard online, because everyone sort of shits a little bit on the Sivga P2 Pro. Where the fuck's the name? There. P2 Pro. And I actually heard this for the first time in Munich. And I got it, and I looked at it and went, wait a second. We have the P2 home at home. And like, wait, they've changed a little bit of it. Oh, they've changed a little bit more. Oh, okay. So this is the Sendy Aiva. And the Sendy Aiva is something that I got. I say got. I basically stole it from Can Jam like 4 years ago. 5 years ago? Was this an old apartment? Are you from the old apartment? I don't remember how old you are. But I was doing Can Jam New York. The Sendy was there showing off stuff. I heard this headphone. It was the best thing I had heard at Can Jam New York. It had to be like 2018 or 2019. Forever ago. And they said, I'm taking this pair home to review it. The guy didn't speak very good English. This pair, me, taken home. Done. And so they just gave it to me, and I gave it a rip-roaring fucking great review. And then everything after the Aiva was a clone of the Aiva, and they always got worse. There was a monoprice one that was probably the bottomest of the barrel. I think even the Emotiva that I put in the yard sale recently was a clone of the same driver, like the same dimensional driver. I love how that's now upside down. Just Chinese characters. Here we go. Let's try that again. There you go. Yeah, that's the 97 by 76 millimeter. Nothing got as good as the Aiva. It was just clone after clone. Even possibly those acoustic research ones there might have been another clone. They were just clones, all right? And so many that I don't recall. We had a fucking influx of them. And so now, fast forward many years, 4+ years, and these show up in Munich, and I'm like, wait a second, these are the Aivas, aren't they the Aivas? Okay, they're not quite the Aivas. And now, and I avoided this. These have been sitting on that table there for like 2 months because I'm a dick. And I put things off because that's what I'm a dick. I'm sitting down finally with them on all the good gear, not portable stuff, not gently in my office. Like, I want to listen today. And I pulled these off the shelf for the first time for fucking ever. And I have these plugged into the Army ADI 2/4 Pro SE. And I got these on a Magia cable because one of the biggest changes is they went from 2.5 millimeter, which is a stupid connector and no one should use it, to 3.5 millimeter, which everyone should use, and that's great. The wire it comes with looks remarkably similar. Yes. Comes with a 4.4 and an adapter. I wish I could have had something like this come with the Aris. Just like this. Even if it didn't match anything. Just these are so fucking nice. Look at the metal knurling on there. So the wire's good. Good enough. These, by the way, are $430 if you didn't click the link already. So that's not nothing. These, I think, were only $300 when they came out. I don't know. Someone refresh my memory. I don't remember. My brain don't work no good that far back. And I love them, and I gave them full reco. And I sit here with them now, and I sit here with these now. And we could see the obvious build differences. This has a much simpler design for the pivoting cup than this. This one had like a weird thing where it went over and angled, which I might like more. It's probably why I like, because then like if you look how you got to do that, then that goes back a little further. It isn't as straight to do that. So the pads on this are also extremely broken in, but the exact same awesome shape where they're like super thin on the top and then get fat, really thick, and then they slowly taper down. Like this weird like woo, which you would think would be for glasses, but it's on the wrong side of the cup. If it's for glasses, it's in the back of your head. And I've always been like, those are fucking amazing. And then you look at these, like, oh, it's the same thing, but newer and more taut. You know, this is when you meet the girl, and that's on her third marriage. There you go. So Eleanor indicated internally, L&R indicated here. The headband strap, I mean, just the most fucking linear. That's just spring steel. It's just so linear. Got your Sivga logo up here. It's got little nubs of padding on the strap, which this didn't have. This was just a soft strap, which was fine. This is improvement, maybe. Yeah, okay, sure. They still fit great. As far as fitment, those only feel more used and worn in, so they feel more used and worn in. I just smashed the camera. Oh, God. Still recording? We're good? Cool. You get them on your head. You sit them down. They're there. They have a weight to them. They're a planar, but they're not, like, in the way. And they're very open sounding. Like, I can hear everything that's going on. There's just something in the way. And the thing that everyone else says about these is that, oh, the treble comes in as treble murder. They're not. They're not treble murder. They are not treble murder at all. They are more trebly than those. These are actually what I would consider a warmer set of planars. Now that I'm reminiscing, like, I've gotten so many things over the years. Having like this, I listened to those solidly for 15 minutes straight before picking these P2s up to use them again. Like, I wanted to get back into the mindset of like, okay, Sendy Aiva was God mode in 2018 or 17 or 12. No, it had to be 18 or 19. Was it pre-COVID? 18 or 19. These were God mode. Best planers I've ever heard. Fucking just kicking ass, taking names. And you know what? I sat here for 15 minutes, shuffling all the tracks, and I concurred with that statement. They are still fucking great. Now, if the P2s were exactly the same, I'd have no issue. Put them right back in there. Put me in, coach. Put me in. They're a little bit different. They are just... And I don't know if this is because, A, those are 4 years old and used hundreds of hours more than these, and I do believe in break-in, but these were on the break-in rig for a long time. These have a little more clarity to them, and the clarity is what is either going to sell you on them or scare you away. There's the only things that clarity can do. And clarity, because it's clarity's in treble. Treble is upper mid-range and treble. It's cymbals. It's female vocals. It's whatever the fuck's happening in The Witch from Mercury. The Purpose of Shattuck. Another great soundtrack that everyone needs to listen to. I keep seeing the mouse here. I'm like, put it back on the screen. Oh, this has such Tenet vibes to it. I love the Witch from Mercury soundtrack. It just sounds like everything that Hollywood should have ever put in a movie ever on an anime soundtrack. I like the way these sound a lot. If you gave me both of these and said you have to live with one, I'd probably lean towards the warmer one. But I understand at least what Sivga was doing with the P2s is they literally dusted off the fucking blueprints to this. Like, hey, we've made a bunch of failures. Maybe there's a song I have, and the lyric, which is a spoken word, is like, going forward may not be the... That's actually from the Matrix soundtrack. Going forward may not be the answer. We may have to go back. Everybody in their life may have to make that decision at some point, where you just look at where you're going, and it's like, you know what? Fuck this. You turn around and you go back. You go back, live with your parents. You quit your new job and go back to your old job. You turn around the fucking... wow, I forgot the name of the rig from Mad Max Fury Road. The war rig. You turn the war rig around. You know what? Going forward may not be the answer. We don't want to cross that desert and die. Let's just go back and take over the thing. This is them going, that was the golden age of Sendy audio. Let's go back. And they've done it. And they've made a couple tweaks. They've got this new Sapphire driver, which I don't fucking understand what it means. I'm just going to read this to you straight. You can tell me what you think it means. It has an innovative Sapphire vibration circuit. The P2 Pro features a Sapphire vibration circuit prepared using a deep ultraviolet lithography mechanism with a semiconductor 28nm process, which is a first in the industry. It perfectly combines sapphire with metal inlay, giving the planar diaphragm headphone outstanding acoustics. How could you not love that? That's just, I don't know what that says. I don't know what that means. Restore authentic sound. This headset is specifically designed for various music types, blah, 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 blah. Everything else after that is bullshit. Doesn't matter. Headband, flexible. Earpads, comfortable. Craftsmanship, good. It's made of wood. Wood. Flexibility. I don't know how flexibility is okay. Yeah, it moves. And then the changeable cable, I didn't even realize, because I had the cable plugged in for so many months over there. I didn't even realize that oh, that's right. They did upgrade to 3.5. Well, shit. Let's put a Magia cable on it. A 4-pin XLR balanced Magia cable. Throw that shit on the FIO K19. Let's go fucking to town. I like these. They're expensive. I just did the Odyssey MM100s, which are also planar, and more smooth and more loving and more affectionate and better built, even though these are really, really well built and comfortable. Those are better built. So just as the only time I'm going to mention that pair of headphones in this review, because I don't want to make every review I do comparing to the last review I do, because that would be real fucking boring. I feel like a lot of reviewers just end up being like, well, now that I've talked about this headphone for 40 seconds, let me talk about this headphone I reviewed 3 years ago, which is still my favorite. No, this headphone deserves everything I can praise about it in its own little video, and I just have to mention the Odyssey MM100, which is cheaper than this. Just saying. But, alright, putting this on. They got rid of the little Sendy logos and the thing, because this isn't a Sendy, this is a Sivga, which is like the more affordable brand, even though they're more expensive. I did have to, on this, you could see this blue tack in there to keep this from sliding, because it's not loose on this one, I'll tell you fucking that much. That is, whatever they had to do to fix that from sliding on its own, it will not slide unless you make it slide. Clamp on my head. Clamp on my head. These are more exciting than the MM100s. I know I wasn't going to mention again, but fuck you, I'm human. To quote Resolve and the thing he hates, he doesn't like the human fallibility of reviews. He resides in the cold, hard facts of graphs. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with my eyes closed, just sort of like, absorbing this fucking soundtrack. You know what? I'm putting this track into the headphone demo. If you don't know, Patreon subscribers, actually that's the wrong one. I got to put it into the new test folder. There we go. Patreon supporters, $5 get to see sound demos and see reviews early. $10 get to talk to me in the chat. I don't remember if I said that last video or this video. I'm just going to keep saying it. These are a more exciting planar than the MM100s. They get under your skin. But not in a bad way. Not in a like, ooh, these are harsh and I don't like it. They're aggressive. They're alive. They're like the Aivas. The thing that attracted me to the Aivas was that they were smooth but aggressive. They never hurt me, but they brought chills to my spine when like a big fucking crescendo happened on music. And I feel like these are going to do that too. These do that. I'm doo-doo. I said doo-doo. All right, Aiva Cassidy's Songbird. They're not the widest in soundstage. I will give that to the MM100s. Those have a little bit bigger sound going on for them. But that's the thing. You tuck it closer, you get more detail. You keep the detail. Eris is terrible at maintaining like crisp detail because my headphone, if you don't know, I made a headphone. It's called the Harmonic Line Eris. Zeos, link it because you have to fucking sell them somehow. Most of the Magia cables. When you push sound further away, it's further away. Like, I can't read the detailed lettering on that headphone because it's 9 feet from my face. But if it was here, I could read the detail of the thing. The sound on these headphones is closer to you, which allows you to hear all the little Aiva Cassidy's Songbird. There's someone with just like the smallest little triangle. I could hear it. It's like this big. And they're like, ding. They're like going up to a microphone like, ding. And I could hear it. Yeah, to my left ear, there's some ding. Wait for it. Ding. There. It's like every 12 seconds there's someone going ding with a little fucking triangle. And it's right in my ear. But it's not like annoying. None of this is happening that is annoying. There are some headphones that they just cram all the sound inside your face. It's like, how are you enjoying this? You enjoying this? Listen to it. Listen to how good I make sound. And it's like, please fucking stop. And this is more like, hey, we're going to sit right here and you tell me if it's good. Is it good? Cool. We're just going to stay right here. Cool. Let's shuffle around. Tower of God. There's a good echo reproduction is a thing that no one talks about. Oh shit, I said her name.
Sorry, I don't know that.
She's like, please do not reproduce with me. I am not reproducible. I do not have a sex organ. Anyway, the sound, how do you say the word echo without saying the word echo? Where there's like something in a track that gives you a large, like if you yelled into a church with a microphone. If you yelled into my bathroom with a microphone, you hear, ah, and it would just be like, eh. When you yell into a church, you get this bigness. They still do that. Even though they're not like super wide Aris soundstage, they still somehow, especially like what track am I on? Tower of God? Aquarium. It's probably in the track itself. It's like coded in. Where it's just giving you this big, wide auditorium sound, but it's coming through. The fact that it's coming through the headphone means the headphone can reproduce it, which I think is pretty much the fucking point of fucking headphones, is that they can reproduce the sounds that are coded into the music. Can it read the code? Can it determine what it is and feed it to your ear balls, and your ear balls can do it? Yes. I don't like this song at all. Fuck that noise. Okay. I want to swap. I want to put the stock cable back. As much as I love this 100 and... Actually, I think with this connector, it might be $200. No. It's $185. $185 cable if you want to go full fucking purple Zeos love. I appreciate it. Anyway, I'm going to plug this in over here. It's a nice enough cable. It certainly beats the MM100 on cable because it's a two-sided 3.5 millimeter, which is the God connector, and it comes balanced, which everything should be at this point. It's 2020 fucking 4. Back to that terrible, terrible song. Okay, here's the first thing I noticed. That is way louder. So I had this Aiva on that. Not like the volume I like to listen to. And I just switched out to this headphone, same connector. We have to go down about 6 dB. Look, I'm a weeb, but I ain't a big enough weeb that I want to hear like Japanese girls singing. I can't do it. I love Japanese composers. But as soon as you're like, dee, 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 I'm going to fucking run out of the building. All right? I draw the line. What is this? Jimi fucking Hendrix? Alright, this song, everything I have of Jimi Hendrix sounds like shit. This is from the Jimi Hendrix Experience. And I will say this, on the MM100s, it would probably be more pleasurable. But I am getting fed the biggest pile of Jimi Hendrix shit right now. So the MM100s you get because they're wide and soft and smooth and they fix all your music. These will not fix your music. These are detail whores. They come out and they say, hey, you see this piece of shit song? I'm going to put it right through your DAC and through your amp and come up this wire and come out of my driver and you're going to hate yourself. If you have well-recorded music, you'll love these. If you have a bunch of shit recorded music, and no offense to Jimi Hendrix, fucking legend, but whoever did this was just don't bother. It was like taken off of VHS tapes. It sounds like VHS tapes recorded it. And it's like, that is uncomfortable. I don't want to listen to it. So if you listen to thrash metal, which is filled with just angry cymbals, this might be too harsh for you. But everything else I've gone through on my playlist for the last fucking forever, and then whenever I've done this portably, hasn't bothered me. And it doesn't even seem to care a lot about the amplification. You know what? I haven't done that yet. Give me this. Do I have one of these adapters with a thing here? I'll plug this in to the tube amp, which is on the TA66. We're going to see what happens, because the MM100s worked, and they shouldn't have. They were 18 ohms. I actually don't know how many ohms these are. I don't know if Amazon's going to list it. Yep, 32. So there actually are twice as many ohmage. And I'm going to pick a song. Ooh, John Carpenter, John Lee Hooker, John Powell, John Wick 3, which is not a very good movie. Neither is 4. 2 is good, although Invented Bulletproof Suits would ruin the whole series. But John Wick 1 is, like, actually the best movie. Go ahead, take me out. I'm listening to John Wick's OST, the song Think. Works. I will know if a planar or any headphone fails on a tube, you know immediately. It just sounds wrong. This doesn't sound wrong. This sounds... Actually, it's got all the things I'm expecting in a tube. It's a little bit softer. That bass note is hitting a little bit harder, lasting a little bit longer. Are the MM100s and these the two planars that just work on a tube amp? Or is the TA66 fucking god tier out of nowhere? Because I reviewed that a long time ago. Never really pulled planars out to test on it. Because planars don't work. You know, if it was a hybrid, planars work fine. Because then it's a solid state amplifier with a tube behind it pushing the signal into the solid state. So there's that buffer. So you could use low impedance, hard to drive headphones. But I'm only at like 1 o'clock on that. I shuffle. Yeah, you would hear like distortions. I mean, I'm up there now. I'm at like 2 o'clock. Which I don't think I've ever taken that tube amp up that high, but the bass notes aren't getting crunchy. And it's just smooth. And it might be fixing a little bit of that soundstage. Like, it's not quite here anymore. Now it's like here. Fuck. I like the P2 Pros. I like them on a goddamn tube. What is going on? Was there something in the water? Oh, we should probably look at this while, I keep staring at it like, when am I going to talk about the... We all remember the butt case. I probably have a butt case down there somewhere. There's always a butt case somewhere. Well, this is robot butt. They've gone full robot butt. I don't know who that blue girl is. It's always getting looted on Twitter. Who's a robot, but here you go. This is her butt. Because it doesn't look like a baby's ass anymore. Actually, I like the inside of this better. I like the fabric here. Although, you know what? It feels smooth one way and then sucks to move the other way. You do get a little adapter to go 1/4 inch if you use their little adapter to go from 4.4. It's a nice case. It actually sits relatively flat. It's a fat fucking case for these, actually. Honestly, let me put these headphones in here for a second. Yeah, they do. I guess they're designed to lay flat. This has got to be a lay flat case for them. How much space? Okay, they could have redesigned this case. This could have been a flat surface here. And it, like, how much space can I put the whole module cable there? And it still closes just fine with a whole ass module cable. So honestly, it's going to bounce around a little bit. And then the butt case was when they were running it like this. So it looked like a butt, and it was much narrower. So what can I do with this case? I feel like this case might be perfect for some like oversized headphones. Because these aren't filling it at all. So you're going to get a nice fucking little tungsten fit in here. I'm always looking for a thing that carried tungsten. I guess I'll find out. Anyway, it also has these like metal pegs, so when you zip it up, you can put it down and it stands there, which is probably why they designed it so fucking fat. And you get one of these, which I've taken these off of these over the years. These make great little keychains. Like this actual mechanism, this little clamp mechanism, is just so well built. Like it's a little cheap thing, but it's like coated metal and smooth and locks really well. So yeah, it doesn't have to be on there at all. Fuck that. Let's keep that for my keychain. And you get this mega zipper. So what I'm saying is, yes, I like this. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. I like it on tubes way more than I fucking should. I gotta see something. Zeos' fucking monkey brain is just going ham. I might put the TA66. Because this shouldn't work either. And I know there's an old planar and shouldn't have a good thing that happened to it. I'm going to have to pull the dark voice out and treat that like a real tube. This thing's fucking cheating. Oh. Alright, you know what? Fuck it. I'm happy that this is basically this. This with a little bit more comfort on top, thicker pads, although these are probably just worn in from age. The fact it's got 3.5 millimeter. I hate the fact that it's $430. If these were $300 or $350, easy fucking bet. Easy bet. Buy them. At over $400, you actually have to start doing some thinking, because there are some really decent fucking headphones, including literally the MM100s, which are a competing planar right there. So, you know, it depends on, do you want the really, really, really smooth one that fixes all your music, which is the MM100, or do you want this one, which is a touch more aggressive, a little more clarity coming at you, but also is, I would say, as comfortable and at least up there in the sound quality. It won't cover your bad music, but if you don't want that, some people hate that. They're like, no, I gotta hear my music is shit. These. Oh, I don't want to ever hear my music is shit. Those. The end. Wallpaper in the Wallpaper Horde. Links to these probably on Amazon or wherever else. Wherever else Sivga is sold. I will again do the sound demo. It'll be available for the patrons. $5 a month. See reviews early. Participate in yard sales. Lost the sound demos. Monthly Q&A with video responses that you can see publicly if you're not a subscriber. $10 a month. Behind the scenes Telegram chat. And once you're in there, you're into a lifetime swap meet channel to buy, sell, and trade gear. Check out hi-fi guides and check out the Magic cable and check out my headphone, which, you know, people are like, oh, can you still review headphones, Zeos, because you know you have one? Yeah, because they do completely fucking different things. And I know my audience. They're not just all me. They're all sorts of people that want this or want that. And I know that I'm going to have to keep searching and digging. And if you had the Aiva and you lost it or sold it or broke it, this is as good as you're going to fucking get as a replacement for that. And I still love that. So, all right, good. We're good. Butt cases, robot butt cases. Moving on.